Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Race 8, Week 14, Talladega, down here in Alabama. We're here at Talladega Super Speedway, where we're going to see four, possibly even five wide. We've already had a race here this weekend that was held yesterday, won by Travis Quapple. That's our weekend winners, just the Busch race and the Cup race. Um, yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be three, four, possibly, like I said, five wide action. There's going to be some wrecks. I can guarantee almost there'll be a big one. Um, as you see, you're at Jeremy Mayfield on pole. And yeah, we'll send it down trackside. We'll get our driver spotlight. We'll give you an update on Kyle Petty. And yeah, we'll send it down trackside. Also, real quick, a quick disclaimer. If anybody's kind of keeping up, this is race 8 now, I believe, at the 2004 season. Race 7 was Auto Club or California. I have lost the footage to that, so that will not see the light of day, unfortunately. But Kurt Busch won. So yeah, Kurt Busch won. Roush 5 in a row. What's new? Um, but yeah, well, that was last race. We're gonna focus on this race, and we'll send it down trackside. Alrighty, well, we got our driver spotlight here, Elliott Sadler, in the 38 M&M's car. He's our driver spotlight for today. He sits 13th in points right now, 72 points back, and he's starting fourth today. Elliott Sadler doesn't have the best luck on super speedway. If we go back to 2004, in the spring he finished 24th here. That's his best finish so far at Talladega. And then in the fall he finished 38th. And then at Daytona, in the 503 he finished 38th and finished 37th in the fall. And this year he finished 36th. So he's improving at Daytona, and he's looking to improve here at Talladega. Those Yates cars, those big engines, they're always expected to be quick, expected to be fast. You see his teammate back there as well. Um, it should be an interesting race. We're gonna have the big one, like I said. We're probably gonna get four or five wide. These guys are super duper aggressive. It's gonna be out getting through the big one, managing your damage, and getting out of here with a good finish. Alrighty, we got Rusty Wallace here in the 45. Yeah, it's usually Kyle Petty, but he was involved in that horrible wreck at Texas. Um, did go to the hospital. He suffered a minor concussion. Since then, he's been better and also suffered a fractured collarbone. He's at home resting. Doctors did clear him to race, but Petty Motorsports, Petty Enterprise, they are not wanting him to race this week or last week because of the risk of injury. Last week they had Scott Riggs try and qualify the car. This car is not in on points. Scott Riggs unsuccessfully qualified the car into the field. So they brought Rusty Wallace in this week. The 98 is sidelined, but Rusty Wallace is. He's in the 45. He put that car in the show, and you can expect Kyle Petty. Talked to him Thursday. He said he feels good. Doctor said he's okay. Probably gonna be back for Martinsville. Um, it'll be a team's decision. I know the 98 has sponsorship. I don't know if what the contract says, but I'm sure Petty would love to have Rusty Wallace in that 45 car. Rusty Wallace still has a lot in the tank. I'm kind of surprised he's not full time. But yeah, so there's that, and we'll send down trackside and we'll get the starting lineup going.
Drivers, to your cars.
You heard that over the PA system. It's drivers to your cars, and we'll send it down trackside. And one thing as well, 3 races till the All-Star race. As of right now, there will be 20 drivers making the field. 19 are locked in. One with the All-Star Open. Any new winner will qualify their way into the All-Star race, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody can make it. Hey, we'll send it down trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
There we go. The engines are fired. And let's get your starting lineup. Start from the back. Outside last row, we got Randy LaJoy to his inside, Buckshot Jones. We got Coy Gibbs in that 11, Ken Schrader in the 49. Had a great Daytona, look for him to be fast. Jack Sprague. We got Mike Skinner. Jeff Green, Ricky Craven. Mike Wallace in the 30 this week. Robbie Gordon, his teammate right in front of him, and Robbie Gordon's outside, Ward Burton. Rookie Paul Menard is on the outside of Robbie Gordon, and Mike Bliss. Next row, we got Dave Blaney, Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's Rusty Wallace, Ricky Rudd, John Andretti, Kevin Harvick, Casey Mears. We got Michael Waltrip, Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, Kurt Busch. There's Matt Kenseth, Greg Biffle. A lot of Roush cars right here. Kenny Wallace. Really, really strong in Daytona. We'll have to see what that RCR 33 car does. Rookie Brian Vickers is his outside. There's Ryan Newman and Terry Labonte. We got Bobby Labonte starting right in front of his brother. There's Steve Park. There's Joe Nemechek, Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray, Dale Jarrett. In your top two rows, we got Bill Elliott, Elliott Sadler. A couple Elliots right there. And then on your front row, Jimmy Johnson and pole sitter Jeremy Mayfield. I actually do enjoy that Hemi orange. I don't know what you call that. I kind of wish I had a diecast of it. I'm not gonna lie, that's a beautiful looking car. Just with the black, and then this little detail right here, it's a cool looking car. Anyways, here we go as we enter the trial to begin 45 laps here at Talladega at the 2.66 Super Speedway. Expect intensity racing, and we are green flag as Dale Jarrett immediately jumps high, and the green flag is waving here at Talladega. As these cars build speed, build momentum. There's a lot of drag in these cars. These cars are restricted. You're going to need the draft. You're going to need momentum. And that 25 of Joe Nemechek has the draft, and he has a bonus point. As he leads lap number 1, as there's a couple Penske cars lined up. Oh no! The 45 has a tire go down. He's down in the grass. Not what you wanted. Man, those guys cannot catch a break, and that's going to separate this pack quite a bit there. There's Ward Burton. And we talked about the risk of a big wreck here, the big one. These guys are already 4 wide, working on 5 wide. Wow, get your picture out. Get your camera out and take a picture. That is beautiful. Oh, it gets tight though off of 4 right there. As we get into this trial, as you can see, there's an extra lane down there. You can fit 5. You could probably fit 6 wide down here. But as you see, you get to turn 1. Follow that double yellow line. You're right there, shortens up. That's where the big one struck yesterday in the Busch Series. Dale Jr. got squeezed up against the fence and went barrel rolling down the track. Checked and released from the infield care center. Had an interview. He said, "That's part of racing. Glad these cars are okay." Oh, I can't speak. He said, "Glad these cars are safe and glad that he's okay." And he's looking forward to tomorrow. He's got some ground to make up. Didn't qualify the greatest yesterday before the Busch race. But, yeah, I mean, these guys are holding together so far. 3 laps clean is the back of the pack. These guys are trying to string out single file, just trying to draft and get hooked up here. Just trying to maintain the back of the field as well. Junior has got an issue. I don't know if he got tagged or what. Can he keep it down there? Look out. As he kept it down there on the apron, Jimmy Johnson, Elliott Sadler, look out! Mike Bliss, there's Steve Parker around, big crash! Bill Elliott barrel rolling down the backstretch. Bill Elliott up in the air, still flipping. Bill Elliott still flipping. Bill Elliott rolled about at least 10 times, and he's hit again by Kevin Harvick. Bobby Labonte, Mike Skinner still getting involved. The race back to the line. John Andretti leads Kurt Busch. Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, Dale Jarrett following in behind. Elliott Sadler looked to get through there unscathed. Kurt Busch, John Andretti's drag race. To the line, Kurt Busch by a nose, not much more. Huge crash. Kevin Harvick smoking down the backstretch. Bobby Labonte, Mike Skinner tore up. Ricky Craven, Coy Gibbs damaged. Your pole sitter, Jeremy Mayfield, Dale Jr.'s got damage on the left side. There's going to be a lot to unpack here. Alright. So we got Dale Jr. here. I'm not really sure what happened. He just kind of hung a left. And the next thing was Steve Park following his teammate right there. Ooh, Joe Nemechek took a peek. Ooh, down on the Randy LaJoy, Dale Jr., Mike Skinner. Oh, I believe that's Mike Wallace. And then you see, there to your right, Bill Elliott barrel rolling. Let's go see what else happened. Let's just go Bill Elliott, right? The main one here. Bill Elliott, where's Bill? Oh, that's not right. Oh, there he is. He's right in front. Okay. Bill Elliott. What happened here? He's outside here. Jeremy Mayfield, his teammate. Ooh, 5 wide right there with Jimmy Johnson. Kind of backed out of it. Elliott Sadler. Oh, yeah. Johnson. There's Mike Bliss. Oh, they tried saving it, and oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, this car just never stopped. Still flipping. So, okay, let's unpack this here. So, okay, so we're going to get the contact here, the 25, but right here. See, the 38 and the 48 are going to make contact right there. It's going to tag the 38 into the 80. 48's down on the apron. 80's going to come up there into the 38. 80 back down. Just trying to save it. And then right here. It's back up here. So right here, they have it about saved. But now you got these guys, the 19, the 42, they got to run. The 9's got to run because the 48 and everybody's checking up. And they just kind of run out of room. I mean, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 wide. And about about 2 lanes of traffic here. Tags the 80 up into the 42. There's the 19. The 29 nowhere to go. Now the 48 is kind of squishing Elliott right there into the 21 there. Which, I'm trying to get an angle of it. Boom! Which pushes the 9. And then he actually ends up landing on top of the 29. And then kind of lands on his right side tires. Contact there from the 72 launches him. And then he's along for the ride. Let's see if we can count here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, it's still going, 17, 18, 18 flips and a T-bone from Kevin Harvick. I mean, my gosh. What was that, 18, 17? I already forgot. One more time, real time. Mm. Man, alright, well, if you have a weak stomach, I would... If you have a weak stomach, I'd skip ahead in the video. Oh, I'm dizzy just looking at it. What happened to Coy Gibbs? He's pretty tore up. So he's back here. Let's go on the roof. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Let's go one more on board here. Kevin Harvick. I mean, Kevin Harvick was in the lead. Went from the lead to wrecked. I didn't quite lead this lap. Was third. That's just how quick things develop and happen here. Oh yeah, he was up in the fence. The whole outside line was on the wall. That was weird how that happened. I mean, the 9 just flipping, and then just somehow, like, gains momentum as he's flipping. Alrighty, so I don't know how far into the future we are. Are we green yet? No, not yet, okay. Looks like the 97 had a tire go down. He's in the lead. That's not good. Pace car lights are still on. He had a tire go down. Okay. Are we green yet? No, not yet. Okay. Well, we got a Petty Enterprise front row. Honestly, I think the 45 should get the wave around, because he technically wasn't a part of the wreck. Yeah. I was too busy looking at the wreck. We'll wave the 45. Not like it's going to matter, because they're just going to catch him with the draft anyways. But regardless, there's Kurt Busch. A lot of these guys probably have some sort of damage. We'll have to see. There's still 35 cars out there. Only took out about half a dozen or so. Junior, Harvick, Bill Elliott, Jamie McMurray. Some notable ones. But anyways, we are green with, I think, just over 30 to go. No, not that. I can't do math. Just over 35 to go. Holy cow, that was horrible. Yeah, 35 to go. So this will be interesting, especially with the damaged cars. It'll be... All these guys are going to be single file back there, but they're going to pack up with how much drag are on these cars. But if there's any damaged cars in the back of the pack, and like Kurt Busch, who's undamaged, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully he can work his way to the front. We haven't really talked about my pick to win. I think Jeff Gordon. He's my pick to win. He's got that Pepsi, I believe it's billion on the hood. Believe it or not, Hendrick won their first race of the season last week, or yesterday, with Travis Kvapil in the Busch car. That was their first win of 2004. Um, Pretty crazy. Um, but that's my pick to win. We'll have to see. It's Talladega. Pull anybody from hat. But Kurt Busch, talked about it. Kenny Wallace, there he is. He's in the lead, or in second now. There's Matt Kenseth back there, Jack Sprague. You see Kurt Busch back there. All these guys are going to be damaged, and he's got to try and get around, trying to get a yellow. Um, this front pack now, I got to wonder, are they going to log laps? Are they going to try and be smart here? Are they going to try and force the issue? We'll have to see. There's Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton's pitting. We'll have to see what's wrong with that 99 car. Send it down to pit road, see if there's any issues there. As now Michael Waltrip is now leading, help from Greg Biffle. Oh, they're nearly 5 wide there. Oh, Ward Burton, Casey Mears. Oh no, the 31's flipping. Look out for that second pack. Everyone gets down to the apron. No! Jeff Green was committed to the apron. Another big wreck. Yellow flag is out. We're going to follow the race back to the line. Greg Biffle looking to the inside of Michael Waltrip. Michael Waltrip down a block. Biffle, Paul Menard, Kenny Wallace, and the other rookie, Brian Vickers. Menard makes the move low. Help from Kenny Wallace. Does Kenny Wallace try and make the move himself? I think these guys are trying to make a move on their own. And that's going to allow Michael Waltrip to lead them back to the line. And Rusty Wallace. I don't believe he'll get the lucky dog this time around. I think he'll go to the 99, or maybe not. Might go to Rusty Wallace there. Let's go see a look at that replay. Dale Jarrett, that car's pretty tore up. So this is what caught my eye here. 5 wide. And then Mears down here just squeezing Ward Burton. I mean Gordon. Ooh. Mark Martin got a pretty big piece of that. Burton, ugh. What a shot there from Green. Robbie Gordon did a couple barrel rolls there. Let's go on board Jeff Gordon here. Go on board Jeff Gordon. Whew. And then we look at Jeff Green here. So he's kind of in between worlds here. And then the wrecking. Yeah. And they started high, and yeah. Fortunately, not a lot of places for that 72 car to go. But Michael Waltrip now leads. And we'll see you when we're going back green. As we're under yellow here, and Tony Stewart has blown an engine under caution. That was Joe Gibbs, guys. I cannot catch a break. I'm not sure what they were coming in today on points was, but man, they just cannot catch a break. We'll go ahead and wave the 45 car around here. See if these guys are going green this time by. There goes Rusty Wallace. Oh, maybe things are looking up. John Andretti is sitting top 10. He had a great finish last week. Those pace car lights on? Oh, they're still on. We'll see you next lap. Alrighty, we got pace car lights off. Michael Waltrip leads Greg Biffle, leads Kenny Wallace, leads Paul Menard, and Brian Vickers. A couple rookies nose to tail. Rusty Wallace was able to get his lap back. Jeff Burton's in the pits. I think he had a fuel leak issue. They are trying to work on that car, get that thing back out on track. But we are green here. We are officially 1/3 through this race. 30 laps to go. Paul Menard trying to make something happen on the outside. Jeff Gordon looking to maybe work with him here. As Vickers and Elliott say, all right, cool, thank you, we'll take that spot. As there goes Biffle, making a move to the lead. Kenny Wallace says, hey, you're going to make a move? I want to make my own move. Here comes Kenny Wallace and Brian Vickers on the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Vickers is going to make it 4 wide for the lead. The 16 and the 15 aren't going to be able to hold the momentum to maintain that 4 wide. But here comes Brian Vickers and our driver's spotlight, Elliott Sadler. And there's Buckshot Jones, John Andretti coming up the inside there. And Ken Schrader finished top 3 in the Daytona 500 earlier this year. That 49 car, look out, it's pretty quick. We haven't really talked about it, but remember, Dodge does have that new body this season. They got one of the best aero departments in the sport. So right here, the 5's kind of breaking away here from Elliott Sadler, but the 38 should get a huge run, as well as the 49. Well, they're kind of pulling high here. Here comes Jeff Gord, and what a rebound from Kurt Busch. As he's going to try and push my pick to the win. Never mind. He's going to look to the inside, force it 4 wide for second. Sadler and Andretti up top, falling back. Ken Schrader is going to fill it. As here comes Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman pushing Kurt Busch. Or will it be Brian Vickers to lead another lap? It will not. Kurt Busch to the lead. There's going to be a ton of lead changes today, and they're again almost 4 wide for second. Kenny Wallace drops back down behind Greg Biffle. There's about 13 cars in this main pack. We'll kind of go back here. Mark Martin, not a lot of visual damage after smoking. I believe it was the 31. Somebody was in that last wreck. It's Randy LaJoy trying to draft with Mark Martin. These cars, they're not going near as fast as they were last week. They were almost pushing over 200 miles an hour. Well, Texas and California, both flying. These guys are only doing about 180 with the drag on the car and the restrictions. Try and prevent from rollovers, blowovers, flips into catch fences, trying to keep these fans safe. But we're just with the build of the car, it's really, really difficult to try and keep these things on the ground. But nonetheless, here we are. Kenny Wallace down to the inside there, followed by there's Jeff Gordon, Elliott Sadler, Brian Vickers is trying to make a bid, go back up to the front. There goes Jeff Gordon, Kenny Wallace up to block. It's the 84 and the 6. Well, they were drafting. Don't look now. There's Rusty Wallace in your background view there. Trying to help up that 45 in points. And there's Kenny Wallace going to the lead, trying to get himself a bonus point. Comes John Andretti. There's action all over the place. I mean, this inside line is constantly working its way up. As here comes Vickers. Vickers, Kenny Wallace. Who's going to lead this lap? At the line, I believe, give it to Vickers. Give it to Vickers. Vickers by 3/100ths of a second. Here comes John Andretti. We got a couple Dodges lined up here, trying to get maybe a little bit of a line going here. Biffle's going to drop down, prevent the 23 from getting down there. Can John Andretti trying to get a run here? Maybe, spark a run, trying to get a lap led for that 43 car here at Talladega. I tell you what, John Andretti has really shown some improvement, been really consistent as of late, really opportunistic. There he goes, down to the inside, the 24 with help. Well, the 24 is going to help himself. At the line, I think it's going to be Jeff Gordon. The 43 has no help. There goes Ken Schrader now to the lead. It's like he gets slingshotted to the lead and then immediately fall back. So we've got 28 cars running so far. So we're approaching here on halfway in the next couple laps. We've got 3 wide action for third. Your Daytona 500 champion is now leading this race. followed by Michael Waltrip and Buckshot Jones. Can Newman hang on, do it over Michael Waltrip? I don't think so. Waltrip's got a big run on the inside. Waltrip to the lead. The last two winners here have been Jimmy Johnson and Ricky Craven. Let's go take a peek at what Craven's up to this race. So he's on the... Looks like he's inside the top 20, maybe? 24th. Just outside the top 20. I believe he's probably got some damage. I think he was involved in that wreck. Got some crinkles on the left side there. Drafting with these guys, it's like the best he can probably finish is, I believe, 17th, probably. Just in case there's more wrecks or whatever, but Rusty Wallace starting to break away from this group. I don't think he's going to be quick enough by himself to catch this pack. But if we get a yellow, that 45 looking pretty competitive. As Michael Waltrip will hold on to the lead, dragging Buckshot Jones with him. So he will drop back down to cover Rusty Wallace. And yeah, we're right about halfway here. John Andretti is going to drop back down behind the 16 in front of the 48. There's Greg Biffle trying to get a run here. Sitting 5th right now. Here comes Kenny Wallace, followed by Jeff Gordon up the inside. There goes Jeff Gordon, but here comes Greg Biffle. They're going to be 3 wide at the line. Give it to Gordon, not by much. 17 1/1000ths of a second over Kenny Wallace. 4 drivers all within 1/10 of each other. There's Mike Wallace in the 30. He's got bad damage. Steve Park there. The 99 still down pit road. There goes Greg Biffle. Can he clear the 49? No. Can the 49 clear the 23? No. Oh, that's not going to work, boys. Look out. They were nearly 5 wide with Johnson up top, Newman and Sadler down low. And it's going to be really interesting here with Mike Wallace as rookie Paul Menard to the lead, but they got to check up. Here comes Elliott Sadler. This is literally going to cut the pack in half with a 30 car being that slow. Oh no. Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Michael Waltrip, Brian Vickers, they're going to have to work together, try and get this pack going. These guys are going like 178, 180. I mean, I think they still might have the draft. That's going to be close. Vickers, he's really going to have to step on it and catch up here. Jimmy Johnson riding that kind of that middle line right there, trying to prevent these guys from getting the draft. They're still doing 180. Versus like Rusty Wallace back here doing 174. These guys are damaged. Can't quite help the 45. 181. I think they're going to catch the pack, but I tell you what, I mean, they're going to be flying when they get here. You know, put like Brian Vickers right here. He has an opportunity to put the fastest lap of the race in. Right now, it's held by Jeff Green, who is out of the race, I believe. Here comes Steve Park here now. Yeah, Jeff Green is out of the race. Here comes John Andretti. They're going to split Park in the middle. Paul Menard, no, not again. Michael Waltrip, and that's going to ruin Brian Vickers' lap because he's got to check up major. And now the top, about the last 5 here, they're trying to get around Steve Park. They can't figure out. Park's now in the draft. It's going to be interesting here. Can Ryan Newman, can he stay attached here? As Park now pulls up. Oh man, being 3 wide like that, it's not going to help at all. There you go, they're going to try and draft. I don't know if Ryan Newman can hang on. That should be, yeah, that should be it for lap traffic. Until the 30 car rolls back around here, but meanwhile, Gordon's got the lead, followed by Griffel, what? Greg Biffle, Kurt Busch, Ken Schrader, Kenny Wallace, John Andretti to the inside. Ryan Newman's doing 180, Johnson's doing 181. Guys doing 170, here's 180. Elliott Sadler trying to get down there to block. Newman might be able to, and if these guys, if they can get lined up, maybe. But I mean, they're gonna have to get lined up. There's Elliott Sadler, he's gonna drop down. I think Ryan Newman, I think he's got the draft. He should be fairly quick right here, and they're almost 4 wide here for 4th. There goes Buckshot Jones down to the inside. Off of turn 4, that's going to bring Johnson, Kenny Wallace into this. Newman is now officially in this pack of about 9 cars. Here goes Jimmy Johnson to the inside. Well, it looks like it's going to be John Andretti and Jeff Gordon up the outside. Ryan Newman is now a part of this pack. These guys are doing just under 180. These guys are doing about 178, 179, 180. But if they can stay single file, if they can draft, if they can work together, and not do what Michael Waltrip's doing, you know, they can maybe work their way up to the front. But they're going to have to work together as Paul Menard's going to look to the inside. I mean, if they can maybe slingshot move that, but they got to work together. They can't be side by side like that. We'll have to compare lap times here. As Jeff Gordon is continuing to lead here at Talladega with 16 already, yes, 16 laps to go. Jeff Gordon, Ken Schrader, Greg Biffle, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, Buckshot Jones, Kurt Busch, John Andretti, and Kenny Wallace all have a shot to win Talladega. Paul Menard, Michael Waltrip, Brian Vickers, Elliott Sadler, they have a shot, but they're going to have to work together, and they're going 3 wide. I don't quite know if that's going to work. These guys are doing about mid to high 52s. These guys are doing 53s, so they're a little quicker. There's Rusty Wallace running 14th. He's still going to need a yellow. Here comes Kurt Busch. There goes Greg Biffle up the inside to try and pass Jeff Gordon. That inside line looking stout. They're going to get a run off turn 2. Someone's going up the inside. Will Kurt Busch try and pass his teammate? Will Ken Wallace? There goes Kenny Wallace. The two Kens. They're 2 by 2 by 2. Or 3 by 3. Ooh, Wallace is there on Kurt Busch. They're 3 wide for second. Jeff Gordon's going to fall back. Here comes Kenny Wallace looking up the inside. Here comes Ken Schrader, help from Jimmy Johnson. Ooh, I don't know. Greg Biffle. It's going to be close here at the line. 3 wide. Ooh, that was too close to call. They're going to give it to Ken Schrader by 3/1000ths of a second. Hold on, we need a... I mean, if this was the finish... I don't even know how you call that. Wow. Meanwhile... So right here, like Jeff Gordon ran a 53.3, 53.0, so they're catching. Oh no, they wreck! Oh no, John Andretti, Ken Schrader, Kenny Wallace, Brian Vickers, no, Elliott Sadler contact. Look out, second pack. Looks like they're down on the apron. That's gonna bring a yellow out. Run back to the finish. I believe it's gonna be Buckshot Jones. What happened? Oh no. No, Ken Schrader was involved. There was no mechanical failures. I know they were 3 and 4 wide. So here we go. Oh, they're about 4 wide right there. Oh, the 43, the 33, and the 49. All just kind of came together right there. It looks like the 43 was a little high. Up on the 33, contact. Oof. Sorry for that jump scare with the sound, but man. Ooh, and then the 5 made contact, the 38. Now the 38 had a tire go down under yellow. Now these guys are going to start catching up to the pack here now. Well, we'll see at the other side when we go back green, or if something else happens, because these pace laps are brutal. Alright, well, welcome back, everybody. Got the 2 car waved around the field. We're going to get restarted with about 9 laps to go. Here's our running order. We got Buckshot Jones, Jeff Gordon. We still have 28 cars still out there. Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson. There's Brian Vickers. He's probably going to have some damage. Greg Biffle. There's Paul Menard, Michael Waltrip. Yeah, Rusty Wallace. Those about 9 cars or so, and a Rusty Wallace. I don't think the 49 is going to have much speed. I think he's got some damage. 23 made some contact. The 5 made some contact. The 49, the 84, a lot of these guys are damaged. But we got Elliott Sadler. I guess he did make contact. The 43 is probably going to be damaged as well. But this pack will split up again, and it's going to be all about just maintaining runs, maintaining position. And as that pace car is going to make that left-hand turn, we're going to get restarted with 9 laps to go here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Can Buckshot Jones hang on to win Talladega? Or one of the power teams of Roush or Hendrick spoil victories for that 10 car? As the 24 gets a great restart, so did Kurt Busch. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead. As Kurt Busch cannot hold the momentum, but Jeff Gordon can. See the 49 there kind of down low. The 45 is able to get around. 23 looks like he's got some pace. Newman Johnson up the inside. Jeff Gordon to the lead. There's a 16 of Biffle. He's trying to maintain and hold on to the draft here. We'll have to see who's competitive and who is not. Biffle looks like he's trying to go to, or that's Mark Martin trying to go to the inside of the 49. The 80's on pit road. 24 leads over the 12. And there is Rusty Wallace. I don't know if you guys heard that too. I think my phone just made a noise. Anyways, we'll get back into this race here now. There goes Paul Menard, Michael Waltrip on the inside, as there goes Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon working together on the high side. Newman's caught in the middle. Rusty Wallace is going to go low on Jeff. And it looks like we're going to have about 9 cars up front. And Paul Menard looking up the inside. I'm guilty of this. I basically kind of wrote off the Rookie of the Year battle. I pretty much gave it to Brian Vickers, and he's still probably going to get him on points. But if Paul Menard can come out here and win this race, be the first, the first rookie to win this season, that'd be pretty special. But you know what else is pretty special? We got the 45 of Rusty Wallace leading this race. He is officially leading this race. And if you're Ryan Newman, you don't pass him right here off of 4. Is he going to pass him? Is he going to hang a left on his old teammate from 1 year ago? As of right now, no. Rusty Wallace and Petty Enterprise are leading at Talladega with 6 laps to go. And this is officially a 9-car pack. These guys are going to be battling it out, dueling for this win. We got a 4-car breakaway as of right now. That's a very strong 4-car breakaway. 2 Chevrolets, 2 Dodges. There goes the 15 up the inside of the 2 Dodges. There's another Chevrolet, another Dodge. 1 Ford. 1 Ford of a sea of Chevrolet and Dodges. I believe it's 3 Dodges and 5 Chevrolets and 1 Ford, I think. Yeah, that's math. So here comes Buckshot Jones. 5 laps to go. There go the 3 wide for third. It's going to be all about just timing out this run. I think the 48, the 24, possibly the 15. I don't know if the 5 has damage or not, but I think they're fast enough to hold on to track position. The 45, the 12, the 10, the 23, everybody else, I think they're going to need to catch this cycle right as they rotate on the bottom. Getting the right timing, finding your way up to the front is going to be, huge. But I think Gordon right here, if he can maintain this, he's going to be really, really difficult to beat. Is the 2 rookies are going to try and work together. Vickers down low on Kurt Busch. That was nearly contact. As we do have the 80 right here of Mike Bliss off the pace. He's only going about 18 mile an hour slower. There goes Paul Menard to the lead. I don't know. I think he can maybe blend. He might play a factor in who, finishes this race off really quick. We'll kind of fly through this because I don't want, I don't want to take too much away from this. We got Mark Martin there in 10th. We got Randy LaJoie, Greg Biffle. Those 3 are fighting for a top 10. There's Terry Labonte kind of on his own. John Andretti doesn't look like he's too badly damaged. There's Matt Kenseth, Ken Schrader, Joe Nemechek. All these guys here, they're battling here. Kenny Wallace there. We got these guys here. And that's about it. Paul Menard. I missed it. Darn it. Let's go like half a lap back. Okay, that's what happened. He got stuck on the inside. Huge checkup. Paul Menard, huge lead. And he still got the lead, but here comes Jeff Gordon with a massive run. Brian Vickers, Rusty Wallace there on the inside. They're 3 wide back here. That's going to hurt Newman and Jimmy Johnson. Sorry, I'm flicking through these cameras quite a bit. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Can Newman hold the draft? I don't know if Jimmy Johnson can get there, though. I don't think Jimmy Johnson can win back-to-back spring races. You're defending Daytona 500 champion. I don't know if he can get up there and win back-to-back super speedways in 2004. But here comes Kurt Busch, last week's winner, trying to go 2 in a row. Rusty Wallace, retired from full-time, did not like what Roger Penske did to him in the offseason. Felt like he was betrayed as he's getting taken low by Michael Waltrip. As there goes Jeff Gord, probably the strongest car in this pack right now. He's going backwards. Here comes Ryan Newman with a huge run. Johnson, I think he's lost the draft. So I believe it's going to be 8 cars, pardon me, 8 cars. Going to be duking out for a win here. A lap and a half to go. Menard looks low on the 10. Can the 45 is stuck high. The 5 and the 24 are going to get a huge run. I think the 15, the 23, I think they're sitting ducks. If the 23 makes a pass, well, I don't know. They're 4 wide for third. They're almost 5 wide for third. The white flag is out. Final lap. There goes Paul Menard. He's going to make a move low. Ryan Newman, I about had him written off. He was able to catch the pack. He's able to catch the draft. He's in a really good spot right here. Jeff Gordon's, I think my pick, Jeff Gordon, I think he's in a really, really, really good spot right here. He's going to hang a left. It's going to be all about who can make a run, who's going to make a move. I have written off the 45. He's now third in line. Does he make a move on his old teammate to try and win? Does Newman go 2 for 2 on super speedways? Does Jeff Gordon have the horsepower and the aerodynamics to hold off the 2 or the 12 and the 45? Newman's going to try and make a move. The 45 is going to try and make a move on Newman. Kurt Busch, does he go low? Does he go middle? He's going low. It's going to be a drag race. 3 by 3 at the line. Who's going to win it? At the line? I don't know. What the heck? Photo finish. I think Newman won. Unbelievable. Scoring and timing is giving it to Ryan Newman. Goes 2 for 2 on super speedways. Unbelievable. And Rusty Wallace comes up second, putting his fastest lap of the race, that last lap. Michael Waltrip top 5, Brian Vickers 6th, Buckshot Jones 8th, Kurt Busch finished 4th, less than a 10th behind the leader, Paul Menard. Jeff Gordon, when do you finish under 2/100ths of a second behind the leader and finish 3rd? Unbelievable. Jimmy Johnson finishing 9th. Randy LaJoy picks up a top 10. Mark Martin 11th. There's Biffle. Jack Sprague, P16. There's our driver spotlight finishing 13th. A couple of these guys caught up in that wreck there. There's our points leader, 15th. Even on his off day, he still finishes 15th. Steve Parker and Jeremy Mayfield. There's Mike Wallace. And here is your winner, Ryan Newman. Let's go take a look at that. I mean, oh my gosh. Go ahead and take a look here at the results. You got Newman barely over Rusty Wallace, Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, Michael Waltrip. There's that main group. Then you got another drop off here. 28 cars finished. Pick out your favorite driver. Jeff Burton could never get that fuel leak fixed. Another horrible day there for Kevin Harvick. Alrighty, well, we'll get you the updated points, and I'll be right back. Wow, what an exciting finish. And here are the updated points. We got, Roush, 1, 2, 3. Imagine that. Matt Kenseth, 20-point gap over Kurt Busch. We got Mark Martin there with his 2 wins. Ryan Newman with his 2 wins puts a stop to that 5-in-a-row win streak by Roush. Jeff Gordon 4th, Jimmy Johnson 6th, Biffle, Roush, who would have thunk it, Joe Nemechek, Hendrick, Brian Vickers, Hendrick, Mayfield's up there doing well. Sterling Marlin just outside the top 10. Elliott Sadler moved up a couple spots, so did Michael Waltrip. Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, a little uncharacteristic there for those guys. Rusty Wallace with 6 whole starts. Still sitting P19 in points, 3 top 5s. I don't understand why he retired. He needs to come out of retirement for 2005 and go for a championship or something. Really, really quick. Ken Schrader there picked up 2 spots. John Andretti picked up 2 spots. Dale Jarrett dropped some spots there. Sprague moved up. Man, Tony Stewart, P31, not good. Ricky Craven's last car on points with all the starts. Dave Blaney, Jamie McMurray, yikes, Ward Burton, and then Bill Elliott. A horrible wreck. Yeah, we've had 55 unique drivers start this season so far. And, yeah, well, thank you so much for watching. I believe next race is Martinsville, and then we go to Richmond, and then we got the All-Star break. So, we still got 19 cars locked. So it looks like the maximum amount of cars we can get is 22 now. But that's All-Star race. That's in a few weeks. Next race, we're off to Martinsville. We'll have to see if Kyle Petty shows up. But, yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. You have a great rest of your day.